Mommy, can I please go up to the North Point?
Honey, your father and I don't want you to go out there, because you'll have to go through the bad part of town. You know that.
I'll go through the woods. I know a shortcut.
Well, the woods aren't exactly the safest of places, especially at night. Although I will see if Sean will take you.
Sean, can you come down here for a minute?
At this, little Abigail, the 10-year-old girl, went into the kitchen to get a glass of orange-colored tropical punch. Sean thumped down the stairs wearing a pair of old, worn-out, loose-fitting jeans and an old gray hoodie. Their parents asked if he would take Abby up through the woods to North Point, more commonly known as the rich neighborhood. Yeah, I'll take her. Just let me go grab my shoes and a mask. I want to get a few candy bars myself. The now eager 16-year-old boy ran back up the stairs, returning a few minutes later, wearing shoes and some cheap $5 mask from the store. Abigail stood at the bottom of the stairs. Her bright orange candy pail was hooked to her bumblebee costume. She had a dull silver flashlight in her other hand. Both of the kids headed out the front door, turning left, making their way to the woods. After about a quarter of a mile, the road transitioned into a dirt road, and trees began to sprout up on both sides of the road. After another 80 or so feet, the kids stepped off the path into the grass patch that led into the forest. The forest appeared especially eerie tonight, a thick fog settling around the two as they walked, coyotes howling in the distance.
Sean, I'm scared.
Then you can go back. I want to go get me some of that candy. Speaking of candy, can I have a piece of yours? Abigail rustled through her candy pail, producing something for him to take. But it was dark, so we couldn't tell exactly what kind of candy it was. As he reached to grab it, Abigail dropped the flashlight and grabbed him forcefully with her left hand, grasping tightly on his wrist. What the? Let go of me, you little twerp! In one fluid motion, Abigail plunged the knife she had been hiding beneath her candy into his chest, aiming precisely where she had been instructed. Sean's thick blood ran down the knife, down Abigail's arm and onto her bumblebee costume, staining the yellow a muddy brown color.
I'm sorry, Sean. I really am, but it's getting late and I think you should just go to sleep.
What? Somebody, help! I'm bleeding out over here. Anybody, please! A dark figure casually strolled into the scene. He took a spot directly behind Abigail. His face remained mostly invisible. Sean tried to get his attention. Hey, you! Please help me!
Sorry, but your sister's right. It's time to go to sleep!
Abigail and Jeff stood together in silence, watching the blood slowly drip into Sean's white mask, a small puddle pooling beneath his chin, a crimson mark on the dirt floor of the forest.
Your turn.
What do you mean, my turn, Jeffy? I thought you said we were gonna go trick-or-treating now. You promised.
Welcome to reality. I lied.
A girl's scream split the air. A mere half hour later, Jeff was walking along the highway. For once, he didn't have to worry about being seen, because it was Halloween, and he would only be mistaken for another kid in a costume. In fact, multiple people passing by in a car leaned out the window and shouted things to him, such as, "Cool mask," or "Nice costume." He paid little attention to them. He wanted to get to the fun of the night, trick-or-treating. He was planning to head to a sleepover he had caught wind of earlier in the week. Perfect opportunity to cause some mischief. It wouldn't take him a very long time to get there, but he really didn't care about that. Jeff was actually almost glad that he wouldn't arrive until fairly late. By then, hopefully, almost everyone in the house would be asleep. When he finally arrived at the house, all of the lights were out except for one of the downstairs lights. Jeff quietly hoped it wasn't one of the girls who weren't asleep yet.
Look at them sleeping so peacefully.
Jeff muttered to himself after climbing up onto the second-story balcony and peering in through the sliding glass door. The balcony was completely bathed in a shadow, leaving no light to reveal his position. Out of pure curiosity, he tried to open the sliding glass door, and to his surprise, the door actually squeaked open.
Must be my lucky day then.
He quietly crept into the room, pausing as one of the girls shifted where she was laying. Not wanting to waste any time, he bent down to the girl closest to the door and slid the knife into her throat. She attempted a muted scream, which was only silenced by the crimson blood filling her throat and lungs.
Trust me, little girl. You'd thank me if you could.
Jeff muttered to himself and the silent girls as he moved around the room, putting them to sleep. After he felt satisfied, leaving only a select few of the girls, he crept out of the room, allowing the bloody knife to drip, leaving a trail as he walked. The family's son was downstairs, playing video games with some name-brand expensive as hell headphones in. This allowed him to be slightly more careless, although he did attempt to remain silent.
Don't really want to get myself caught, now do I?
Jeff said as he pushed the door to the mother and father's room open. Both of them were snoring quietly, facing opposite directions. He cautiously placed his knife against the woman's throat, exhaling quietly before pushing down with enormous power. The knife nearly severed the woman's head from her body, sending a splatter of blood across the room, adding even more blood to his stained hoodie. He gingerly placed the horrifically bloody knife into the husband's hand, stealing the phone from his nightstand and stalking silently as a shadow into the master bath. With nasty bloodied fingers, he dialed 911.
Hello, this is 911. What's your emergency?
I think there's been a set of murders.
I'm sorry, sir, but you're gonna need to speak up. I can't hear anything you're saying.
I said, I think there's been a set of murders.
A set of murders? Sir, where are you?
1213 Washington Street. You might want to hurry.
Alright, sir, remain calm. I'm sending a squad over there.
There was a quiet click from Jeff's end of the phone call. After replacing the bloodied phone, he crept out of the window and hurried across the dark street into the woods. His large, permanent smile seemed almost larger than it usually was. He was pleased with his work. With how clever and how cunning he had been, he slinked back across the road, leaving a faint trail of blood, headed back to the shadow of the trees, awaiting his show. When the police finally arrived, 10 minutes later, Jeff watched for a short amount of time, just long enough for the husband to be suspected and arrested. Jeff then disappeared deeper into the woods. It was only about 11:30. The night was still young, and he had some more trick-or-treating that he wanted to do. Hello, ghouls and ghosts. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's not very long, but it is the Super Halloween special of awesomeness, as it did have, some of the big names in the channel of it. One of the top 3. One of my favorite YouTubers, Mr. Creepypasta, in it. Either way, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for giving me support if you do, if you're already subscribed to my channel. Thank you for watching this video and giving me that extra view and possibly the like or the comment or whatever that you may leave on the video after, listening to my little rambling on here. And if anyone does sub, I want to thank you, because I think I only need one more sub to get to 50. Last I checked, I only need one more sub. So if anyone does sub to get me to 50 or whatever, I want to say thank you all very much for that. 50 subscribers is a pretty big mark for me. It's a big milestone to me because I've been trying to slowly work my way up, and having 50 subscribers is kind of a big thing for me. Next, I kind of want to say thank you to everyone who helped in this video. There was about 5 of us who did it all, and it was a lot of work. I really want to thank them for putting up with me trying to make sure all the lines got to where they needed to go and getting the lines back from where they needed to go. Just wanted to say thank you to them for that. You guys are awesome. You can find their links in the links to their channels in the description below. Go subscribe to them, like their videos, yeah, go subscribe to them. Let them know that we love them and that we thank them for helping out. And last thing I want to say before I let you guys go on to doing whatever you do. Tonight is Halloween, so have fun, but be careful. Whether you're a parent, someone who's going out trick-or-treating, someone who's handing out candy, if anyone offers you candy that's unwrapped, don't take it. Nothing unwrapped. Keep an eye on your candy, because there are some really sick, twisted weirdos out there who put razor blades and try to poison candy and stuff. Anything unopened, anything that looks suspicious, don't take it. If it looks like it's been opened and then closed, don't take it. Just better to play it safe than end up sorry, you know. Other than that, there's really not much else that I wanted to say besides thank you all so very much. It means a lot to me. Have a good Halloween. Subscribe to the people in the description below. Like this video. Share it with your friends. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought. Tell me how you thought everyone did. Tell me if everything's edited right. If the music sounds good. You know, the likes. All of it. Other than that, nothing I can really say. Have a good Halloween tonight. If you're watching this on Halloween, of course. And be safe. I don't want to lose any of my subscribers. I care about y'all. Alright. Have a fun and safe night, everyone.